I have both Guild Wars 2 and Star Wars The Old Republic installed on my computer, but I haven't played either of these games very much. My Necromancer is only level 11, and my Bounty Hunter is only level 3. I'm mentioning both of these games, though, in response to an article I read about the upcoming Knights of the Fallen Empire expansion. Star Wars will soon be introducing a new feature called Level Sync, which basically already exists in Guild Wars 2. Reading straight from the article, a Star Wars dev was quoted as saying the following: "We have added a new system to the game called Level Sync. What this system will do is that when you are on a planet, but above the target level of that planet, your level will automatically be lowered to the planet's level. However, while under Level Sync, we will not take away any abilities or passive effects you have. Also, while under Level Sync, you will earn scaled experience. This enables a player to go play any of the content in the Old Republic and get rewarded appropriately for their time investment." So, I'm about to discuss Level Sync, having fully disclosed that I have next to zero ties to Star Wars The Old Republic. I also have not experienced this downscaling feature firsthand in Guild Wars 2. So bear in mind, I'm not here to rage against a subject that barely affects me. But, at the same time, I have fairly solid reading comprehension skills, so I'm confident in my ability to form a genuine opinion on the matter. And that's all this is, just a humble opinion from an outsider looking in. Alright, so with all that boring preamble out of the way, let's dive straight into the heart of this episode. The forced downscaling in Star Wars sounds truly awful to me. There's really no point in assigning characters levels if their stats automatically scale down to match their current environment. Yes, I understand the character's abilities and passive effects will remain intact, and in some cases, stats on armor and weapons will be marginally superior to standard gear, no matter what. But still, as a player, if I put in my time and earn my levels, they shouldn't be stripped away from me without my consent. The same goes for player services for that matter. I'm not personally interested in spending money on experience boosters or leveling packages, but for players who are, they deserve to receive the services that they paid for in full. When BioWare says their new level sync system will enable players to, quote, play any of the content in the Old Republic and get rewarded appropriately for their time investment, it seems to me that they're against higher level players stomping all over lower level maps, in essence trivializing the content of their game. But I would argue that this type of activity has existed since MMOs began, and has existed in Star Wars since its release date, December 20th, 2011. Why is BioWare only now taking issue with this? The Star Wars in-game store sells XP boosters for real-life money. BioWare has also been known to hold special events, like the 12 times XP boost and the Epic Story XP boost, both of which were only available to paying subscribers. I would argue that these services trivialize content more than anything, by allowing players to bypass it entirely. So in essence, it seems like BioWare is saying, we don't want our content trivialized, unless it's on our terms. Player opinions be damned. If Star Wars always had this level sync feature implemented since its initial release, that would be one thing. All players who signed up to play would have known full well what they were signing up for. But this sudden conversion, years after the fact, is just baffling to me. I was looking forward to playing Star Wars in the near future, but now, not so much. And it's not because I won't be able to terrorize low-level zones. That's not really my main concern here. Sure, I do engage in this activity from time to time, to farm mats, collect achievements, or just straight up take revenge on previously hostile NPCs. But my number one issue is BioWare. I don't like how they carelessly tossed aside freedom of choice. That certainly doesn't help me feel very confident about their product, and it makes me wary of whatever nonsense they might pull next. Instead of downscaling players automatically, BioWare should have given players the option to lower their own levels whenever they wished to. And then BioWare should have tweaked the rewards granted from lower level kills and quests, to encourage manual downscaling. Nerf the monetary value of drops unless players are scaled equally to their enemies. Offer twice the amount of currency and rewards for quests that are completed at appropriate levels. There are plenty of more pleasant ways BioWare could have gone about enacting the same change they ultimately wanted to see. Instead, I guess they chose to recklessly stomp all over their defenseless player base like a bunch of overpowered bullies. That feels wrong to me. Kind of like sand. I hate that crap. It's all coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.